What's good, YouTube? This your boy, Ghostfighter 2Ts. And at the beginning of this video, guys, I just want to get right onto it. And I want to thank you guys on 2140 subs, 2,140 subs, man. I appreciate every one of you guys. Y'all mean so much to me. And we're going to keep on grinding and getting these videos out to you guys. We got title update 9.1 in now, and we're looking forward to this TU10. There's a lot of stuff going on out there about TU10 and all the updates, the test builds that they're doing right now, and how a lot of them, the builds are broke the game. So let's get right on into this video. We'll have a video where we can sit and talk and rant and stuff like that. But as you can see, that I am behind cover, and that is the biggest part of this whole entire video, and why I wanted you guys to actually see me spawn right into the end of an encounter. It is on heroic. They're all running this, and my buddy Jinyo, shout out to him. You can see that I only have 4 kills. I just wanted to let you know that I only have 4 or 5 kills. But what I do want you to notice is all the damage that I'm applying to the elites that I'm hitting. And with all the damage that I'm applying to the elites that I'm hitting, I got over 75 million damage with this new build that I'm running. So I'm gonna have that part of the video at the end of what this build is and how this build, how I put it together, and you guys can then therefore go grind and get your build set up. If you already have these pieces, that's even better for you. But if you don't want to see this part of the video, even though I know you guys want to watch the whole entire video, help your boy out. But what you're going to notice is after I do this DPS, you're going to see that those guys had crazy damage and crazy skill damage because they were there the whole time. I was only here in this fight for about 2 to 4 minutes, somewhere in between 3 to 4 minutes, this fight encounter. And I was behind cover the whole time. I made sure every time I shot, I was somewhat behind cover, the best that I could be. There is some times where I run out of cover. But I don't think I died until I think I got exploded by my own grenade or something that I had planted. You see how the L1 is? And if you hit it wherever it is, that's where the explosion will go. I think one time I hit it and blew myself up by mistake. But you're going to see where I'm putting DPS on these elites, man. And that total damage went all the way up to 75 million. So this is a very useful striker set build, man. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And in the further part of the video, I'll be showing you how I built it, what I use, why it's so viable, and why it works even in TU 9.1, and how you can make this same build with the stats that I use. And I can imagine if I stayed this whole time, I at least would have had 600 or 700 million DPS on elites and enemies and stuff, without a doubt. Now, this isn't a skill build, but using that turret really helps, man. It helps DPS the enemy. See how explosion it did there? It really helps DPS these enemies, man, and keep them off of you so that you can do your work. You see, I'm still hitting elites, and I probably one of the most damage dealt to elites, and you'll see all the stats at the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see the actual build and how I made this build after you see what I've done in this first encounter, you'll see that in the next part of the video. I hope you guys enjoy, and this goes to 2Ts, and I'll see you in the next part of the video.
We'll have to check the logs to see if they access any sensitive data, but I think we're okay. Good work in there. Agent out.
Okay, guys, so as you can see here, I'm on the far right, and I had 74 million damage and only 4 kills. So that tells you, regardless of the kills I had for the enemies that I hit, I was able to deal that damage out. I dealt 19 million damage to named enemies, and you can see my skill even almost was 200,000 shy, roughly of a million for skill damage. But you can see I had 74 million damage dealt total, and I was only in there for about anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes, and you can see the damage that I output. So just imagine if I would have been there the whole time with these guys. What's good, Ghost Gang? This your boy, Ghost Fighter 2Ts, and we're back with the next part of the video, guys. You guys saw the damage that I did, over 75 million damage, and a lot of that was not only from me just hitting named enemies, from me coming into that little 3-4 minute encounter, but it was also from my the DPS from my specialization that I'm running, and also the skills that I'm running. So we'll get right on into it without further ado. And you can see it is a DPS build. First off, it is the Baker's Dozen. Get you one of these. If you can find one that has max rifle damage, I'm gonna re-roll this soon and try to see if I can get one that has max damage, which will allow me to not get only 521, but maybe somewhere around 530 or 545 for rifle damage, and that's going to be insane. I feel like the M1A and the Baker's Dozen is going nowhere no time soon, and it's still going to be a viable weapon with TU10 coming out soon. And as you can see, I'm running Pestilence. It does damage over time. I have a pretty decent god roll version of it. It's almost got max LMG damage on it, and damage to targets out of cover, and damage to armor. And you guys already know the perks on it. If you don't, I'll still give them to you. The Plague of the Outcast hidden applies to a debuff, dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. Whenever an enemy dies with the debuff, all stacks are transferred to the next enemy within 25 meters. So now that we have that, I'll show you the helmet that I'm running. Or you can say mask. It is the exotic Coyote's mask. It is the most bad tail DPS crazy mask in the game, hands down. You gotta run this for this setup that I'm running, this striker setup. It is so OP. You see the stats, the self-explanatory, but you see the pack instinct. You all allies gain bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit, and then it has 0 to 15 meters, 25 crit hit damage, 15 to 25 meters critical hit damage, and 10% critical hit chance, and 25% critical hit chance. Now all those things will factor into not only your DPS or you and your allies, but this DPS is this helmet is made for you and your teammates. And then here's the first piece that I'm running for this this gear set, the Striker's gear set. And as you can see, it has 158 total armor on it. But here's where it gets really good. So this is the first piece, and I'll get into all the stats of it, but you can see I'm running almost max weapon damage. I'm running 3% critical hit chance, and then a critical hit damage 10%. And you can see it has increased max stacks from Striker Gamble from 50 to 100. So that is the first OP piece. And then we have the Striker's holster gear set, 112 armor, total armor, and I got almost max weapon damage on it and critical hit chance. And then here's the third piece. All these things are comboed in, and you can see that it has a total of 12 weapon damage. It can be a lot better, but it's still pretty good. Critical hit damage 11.6, and critical hit damage is 9.6. And a lot of people, and I'm going to tell you why a lot of people don't like really running this build, but it's still very viable in TU 9.1 and going to be in TU 10. So here I got 11.7 weapon damage and critical hit damage 10.6. So if you're noticing that with this last piece that it doesn't have a third piece, three of the pieces don't have a third piece, and the reason why that is because they're giving you so much OP with your percentages by having 3 to 4 pieces. So this is what it does. 2 pieces gives 15% weapon handling, right? 3 pieces gives fire rate 15%. 4 pieces gives striker gamble. Listen to this. Weapon hits amplifies total weapon damage by 0.5%, stacking up to 50 times. 1 stack is lost each second. 3 stacks are lost every time you miss. So, and then here you see that you already told you what the critical hit chance is. Now I'm gonna tell you why this is good with the M1A Baker's Dozen. Now here is what I figured out after talking to my boy Diverse, which I'm gonna have you guys go follow his channel down in the comment section, because he is the one that's helping me get this information together. Let me tell you why this is so crazy. Okay, so it's saying 3 stacks are lost every time you miss. Guess what? The Baker's doesn't miss. It has lucky. Okay, so as long as it, no matter when you shoot, you don't lose a bullet, so it is not getting the crit chance that you're missing a shot, right? Look, come here, look at this perk. Perfect lucky shot. Magazine captivity is increased by 30%. Miss shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. So as long as I'm in cover behind a box, up over the top of behind cover, I am going to get that perfect lucky shot, which means I am not losing any stacks with this striker build set. So that means I'm going to do the maximum DPS and I'm never going to miss a shot, and that's why it's so viable, and that's why you guys need to go grind for these pieces. They're really good. It's a really good build. A lot of people really don't want to run it. They run away from it and do other builds because they're losing 3 of the gear pieces that you normally put on would have a 4th attribute. And that's why a lot of people don't like this, but they don't understand running it with the Baker's dozen and putting it together with that lucky shot being behind cover, and you not losing any DPS off of the enemy that you're shooting at. It doesn't proc that 3 stacks are lost every time. So that's why I was able in 3 to 4 minutes, I was able to gain by just hitting elites. Only had 4 kills, guys. 4 to 5 kills. So I was able to do 75 million damage to elites and yellow guys just by that procking and the perks that I'm getting from this gun with the weapon damage that I dealt out. You saw it. I can't lie about it. You saw it on the screen. I didn't have any skill damage, any stuff or added. All I was running was I did about 1 million damage with the demolitionist class. Now this is what I'm running. This will help you do some DPS too. Running the grenadier launcher, the multi-shot grenadier launcher, that signature weapon, having that on, and running this right here, the turret, and running this last one, the turret skill, artillery. That will help put damage out. And see, I'm not even running it with a skill build, because I'm going to show you guys a skill build in a separate video. But you see it has a lot of health on it, over 1 million health, 1.1 million health, and it will just blast the crap out of everything. I'm telling you guys, run that. And then, if you're frantic and you're doing heroics and legendaries, make sure that you put a reviver hive on, so at least everybody die. You can at least get up off the ground and make an effort to try to get everybody up so you guys don't have to start over. I think even with legendaries, you don't start at the very beginning anymore. I think they changed that, and I'm hoping it stays that way, because I did a legendary. I completed my very first legendary because I never really grinded because I didn't have my buddies on, but now I got a lot of people who are on that play with me. I'm also in a clan, so here you do it. You want to do a legendary with people that that know how to do it. Shout out to my boy Genio. That guy is a beast in this game. He's he took me and my buddy Diverse through a legendary, showed us exactly what to do. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the assault turret is amazing. It works wonders on legendary missions. I'll be coming out with a video about that soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this very informative video. I hope it was informative enough for you to go do this build. You can see it's the striker's gear set, and yeah, you can do crazy DPS. You can maybe get some rolls that I didn't get to make yours better, but you can see what I'm running on all of mine. Yeah, it's very viable. A lot of people don't like running it because they're afraid to lose that 4th attribute. I don't mind, because the way that I'm running my build maximizes it. Me having that Baker's dozen and it not missing a shot behind cover gives me the max DPS. I did 75 million damage in just 2 to 3 minutes, just hitting on elites that were in that heroic mission that I joined in at the last seconds. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informative. I hope that you guys go try this build out. It doesn't take much to get these pieces, but it is a little grind. I'm actually starting to grind the game a lot more and get these builds out. I haven't had a lot of time to sit and play because I work full time, but here nor there, I still want to get these videos out to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this very informative video. I love you guys. Go start the 2 T's, and I'm out.